In this video we are going to see about error detection and error correction. So the data in the transmission stage, it can corrupted during the transmission. For reliable communication, these errors must be detected and also corrected. So when move to the types of error, we have two different errors, single bit error and burst error. So first, the single bit error means the entire data we have only one bit error. So burst error means two or more errors in entire data unit, that is represented as burst error. So this is a type of errors, single bit and burst error. So single bit error, only one bit in the data unit has changed. So for an example, the send bit is, this means this 0 is changed to 1 here. So we have received a single bit error in received data. So considering the burst error means that two or more bits in the data unit have changed. So for an example, the error starting here, this 0 is changed to 1 here, and also remaining bits are unchanged during the transmission, but after receiving this we will get a error bit. So total length of 5 bits, error bits are 5. It may be some bits are unchanged during the transmission, but it take starting point to end point, total bits are error, considered as a error bits. So in the detection stage, we calculate the error, we detect the error based on this redundancy check, and this redundancy check uses some calculation and add extra information along with the data. And there are 4 different types of redundancy. First one is vertical redundancy check, VRC, longitudinal redundancy check, LRC, and cyclical redundancy check, CRC, and checksum. And now we are going to see each type. So commonly the error detection uses the concept of redundancy, which means adding extra bit for detecting error at the destination. So this is a redundancy check, that this is a data mean. So this is a generating function. Based on that we can generate the redundancy bits. So after the generating function we have the redundancy bit 1011101. This extra bit along with this data and sent to the receiver side, and this receiver checking function is there. This checking function and generating function may be differ, and basically this generating or checking function uses parity check. So now we check, if you are considering the generating function using even parity check means here it check, so getting number having even number of ones, then accept the data, otherwise reject the data. So this is the method used in error detection. So detection method uses VRC, LRC, CRC, and checksum. And also this VRC, LRC, and CRC, they are generated in physical and data link layer, and this checksum used in upper layers. And this VRC uses parity check method. It may be even or odd, and this is a simple method. It check the parity check for entire data, and if the even parity means the number of ones in the data is even, it adds 0 at the end of the data, otherwise it add 1 at the end of the data. So this is a even parity VRC concept. So this is a data, it has odd number of ones. So here this parity check the number of ones in the data, and here this is odd number, so we have to add 1 to make this data even. So this 1 is add at the end of this data, and we send the data to receiver, and receiver side it check for even parity. If its total number of 1 is even, it receive the data, otherwise it consider that the error data is corrupted during the transmission. So next, consider the LRC. In VRC we calculate the redundancy bit for entire data, and here LRC, the entire data is divided into blocks and set as a rows and columns, and calculate the parity fit bit for each column. So consider this is the longitudinal LRC method. The entire data is divided into blocks and set as a column and row wise. So this is first block means placed here, next block, and next. So this is a entire data now we divide it and placed as the rows and columns. So now we calculate the parity check for each column wise. So it generates the LRC for entire data like that, and finally generated LRC is added along with the data and we transmit this data. And next one is CRC, and VRC LRC are based on addition and this CRC is based on division. So dividing the data unit by predetermined divisor, the remainder is the CRC. So the data is after this process completed, the generated CRC is added with the data and we transmit the data to the receiver side. So first step for calculating the CRC is add n zeros at the end of the data unit. N is the one lesser than the divisor bits. So if the divisor bit is 4 means we have to add 3 zeros at the end of the data. And next step, divide the data using predetermined divisor. Remainder is CRC, and replace the appended zeros by CRC. Now the 3 bits are replaced with this CRC. At the receiver side, divides the received data using same divisor, and remainder is 0. There is no error, so pause the data. Non-zero does not pause. The data is corrupted during the transmission. So for an example, consider this is the data. So we are using 4-bit divisor. So we add 3 zeros at the end of the data and perform the divider function, and we have the remainder 001. Now the CRC bit is 001. And next step, in receiver side, we send the data along with the CRC, and now divide the entire data using the same divisor in the sender side. Then we get the 0 result. The data is exact data, otherwise the data is corrupted during this transmission. So the performance of CRC is better than LRC and VRC, since this LRC and VRC are used only for detecting the single bit error, and this CRC can detect all burst error. If the affected bits are odd number, that CRC can effectively check that burst error, and also it has high probability to check the burst error compared to LRC and also VRC. Next one is checksum, and here it uses in the center side, it uses checksum generator, and the steps followed here is the data unit is divided into k sections, each of n. And next step, add all section using 1's complement to get sum. So after the division, we have to add all the section using 1's complement to get the sum. Step 3 is sum is complemented and become checksum, and that is provide checksum. And in receiver side, we use checksum checker. So it repeat the step, same step. And if the result is 0, the data is accepted, otherwise they are rejected. So this is a checksum method. So this is a checksum. In sender side, it divides entire data into n-bit section, and it will generate, and all next step, add all the bits using 1's complement method, and it will generate this checksum. So complement this, we will get the checksum, and this checksum sent along with the data to the receiver side, and receiver perform the same function, and we get the sum and complement. The complement result is 0, we keep the result, keep the data, otherwise discard. So this is checksum method. So next one is error correction. For error correction, we are using Hamming code. So for an example, consider the 7-bit data. It requires 4 redundancy bit. Here the method is, and consider this is m and this is or, means we have to choose this or value 2 to the power or greater than or equal to m plus or plus 1. So this is the condition to choose this minimum or value. So for a 7-bit, the minimum value is 4. So this, after calculating this 4, 7 plus 4 data, so totally 11 bits are transmitted, and this 4 bit are placed in the bit position of 1, 2, 4, 8. For 7-bit transmission, we placed this redundancy bits in position 1, 2, 4 and 8. And in center side, this Hamming code check for even parity. So in bit number 1 or redundancy bit in position 1, it calculates the even parity for the bits position 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. And this is second redundancy bit. And this R2 uses bits 3, 6, 7, 10 and 11 for calculating the redundancy bit for position 2. And this is R4, it uses bits 5, 6, 7 and R8 it uses bits 11, 10 and 9. So consider this is the data. So consider this is the data. So now we calculate this one R1 using 11, 9, 7, 5 and 3. So checking the even parity for this bits and generate the R1 value. Next R2 we use 11, 10, 7, 6, 1, 3. So based on that we generate the second R2 value, and this R4 uses 7, 6, 5 and this R8 uses 11, 10, 9, and all bits check for even parity and add the data, and finally we get the result. We send this data for transmission. So considering the single bit error, so we send the data this, but we receive the data as like this. We have a error bit in position 7. So using this Hamming code, we can find the receiver side same even parity check for this R1 position. We include the position also. So in here we use 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 means, and here we include the bit position 1 also. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 bit also we include that bit position. So now this is a receiving bit. So calculating this position including this R1 value. So it become 1, 1, 1, 0. So the error bit position is 7. So this exactly represent the position of bit where we get the error.